This video is going to actually have some proof of the benefits. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Making It Everyday Magic. My name is Shauna. If you are new here, we're a homeschooling family of 4. We're entering our 10th year of homeschooling, which will also be our first year of high school. And today we are talking language arts, essentially English level 1 for my incoming high schooler for the 2026-2027 homeschool year. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Here are the details. 9th grader, Magic Lens Level 2 from Clay Thompson Language Arts, available exclusively via Royal Fireworks Press. If you have any questions at all, I have a playlist on all things Clay Thompson because we have used every single level up to now, including Poodle. Every single level up to now, including Poodle, some of them multiple times, okay? Because we're cycling back through with Little Sister, okay? The 5th grade video is already up or will be up soon. There is only one more level of Clay Thompson, Magic Lens Level 3, after this one, which we will use for her sophomore year, and then we will transition over to dual credit language via the community college near us. That is the plan. That is the intent. Now, the things that you need to know. Clay Thompson Language Arts. It takes a lot of time. It is a lot of books, and it costs a lot of money, but it is amazing. It is billed as language arts for gifted and talented. I do not think that my children are gifted and talented, but simultaneously they're my children. So they are absolutely gifted and talented. What we do is we just teach to them where they are. The thing that I think makes this gifted and talented is that it is a unique and different approach to language arts. So we are not sentence diagramming. We are thinking of the full sentence to understand how words are used, because sometimes it's not always a noun. Sometimes it's a verb. Sometimes things are different. The grammar portion does a 4-level sentence analysis, and every level circles back and goes deeper. Every level circles back and goes deeper. It is amazing the things that my child has done in this program. 9-level verbisections is not something I would have thought. The intense level of poetry analysis, the wildly in-depth vocabulary study. And this is where I want to tell you that Clay Thompson Language Arts for my incoming 9th grader has come in handy, okay? Her understanding of vocabulary is exponentially amazing. She is very rarely left without an ability to figure out what a large word means because of her foundation in vocabulary in the Clay Thompson Language Arts program, which I know is going to serve her well as we're moving into SATs and ACT test prep. It has also served her well. Many of you know she is pursuing a path currently in musical theater and acting and performing. And knowing these big words, knowing the roots of these words, knowing the classic literature takes on these words has served her well when she is studying scripts and doing performances and monologues and all of the things, because she can understand what the words mean, what the intent is. She is currently doing a very, very deep dive in a summer program of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. They are doing slam poetry. They have discussed meter and stanza and rhyme and intent and character evaluations. And I know for a fact that she has been the most successfully set up. She is the only one her age. She is significantly the youngest, and she has been the most successfully set up. And that is because of the foundations in Clay Thompson Language Arts. So I can tell you the proof is in the pudding, and it is serving her well in something that you wouldn't think would be heavy language arts focused, which is performing arts. So it is working very well for her, and I'm very excited to be able to report that this stuff is coming in handy. So when she came home talking about how they were talking about meter and stanza and all of the things, and I'm like, how did that go for you? And she's like, honestly, it was pretty great. And I know I looked ahead going into this year that one of her papers is going to be based on something Shakespearean. So I was like, if you have spent the whole summer studying Romeo and Juliet and you can't knock this one out of the park easily, we're going to have a problem, friend. But her writing, she actually quite enjoys creative writing. And I don't think that's something I would have been able to say prior to starting starting the use of this program. So I'm just very excited to see and to share that the proof is really coming out of the use of the program. And I love that because again, it's a lot, it's meaty, it's expensive, but you guys know I modify it every single time. So I do not teach it the way that it is. I also went one step further this year and I will have it available to share with you. I'm not sure how, when, or where, but she missed, you know, there's vocabulary flashcards in the younger levels, but she misses some of the kind of easier, more play-based ways to reinforce the vocabulary. So I will be putting copies of the flashcards that I have made via an Excel spreadsheet into their homeschool gradebooks digital planner so they can run those flashcards. I will also be using them to make word searches, crosswords, and like word definition matching so that she can just kind of get it. Because it is not important to me that she masters every bit of the book. It's important to me that she's got the foundation in the word. So I don't care how we get there. So without further ado, I know I vomited a lot at you. Let's look at the books. Again, this is just my planning. So in practice, it might be different, but this is how I am planning to use it based on all of my knowledge up to this point in using the Michael Clay Thompson Language Arts program. Let's go. Okay, this is Michael Clay Thompson level 6, next to last level. So this is the word within the word level 2. Comes with all these books, which you'll see as I'm going to break them out. Let me show you why I make my own schedule. Let's look at week 19 right here. I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm just not doing it like that. Let me explain to you what my plan is. Here we go. Okay, can you see all of that? There's like a really solid color scheme going on here, like blues and greens. Anyways, okay, so we will start the beginning of the year with the Magic Lens Level 2, which is grammar. As soon as we are finished with grammar, we will pick up on one practice sentence a day until we just run out of time or whatever. So grammar is going to start at the beginning of the year, followed by practice, okay? We will also start the word within the word at the beginning of the year. Let me give you a look inside these books, actually. This is what it looks like. Okay, grammar, cycling back through, but always giving deeper analysis and practice in the book. Okay, and then that'll be followed by 4-level analysis. Okay, a sentence, it tells you what it's from because they're pulling from classic literature. So the sentence, and then level 1 is parts of speech, level 2, parts of sentence, level 3, phrases, and level 4, clauses. And then you can put down any important notes down here, okay? So grammar will lead into practice. At the beginning of the year, we will also start the word within the word, which again, very in-depth vocabulary. Very in-depth vocabulary and history, and we are going to be modifying this to use a lot less of the pieces in this book and a lot more games to help us remember. Why? Because our history is meaty enough. We do not need to add any more. We have enough. Thank you so much. Now, we will also start at the beginning of the year with advanced academic writing 2. Now, why are we doing that? Because we need the time, to be honest with you. We need the time to be able to get through the 4 papers. Last year, I broke it up into 5 sections. The first being reading the book, and the further 4 being writing papers. And this year, what I'm going to do is move right into papers, okay? So we will have 4 papers, a paper about poetry or Shakespeare. I'm hoping that she can get started on that and knock it out of the park after all of her summer learning this year. So we are moving straight into, I'm not even gonna bother reading this book at all, probably to her. And we will move straight into writing our papers and making sure that we're formatting and doing everything as we need to. So word within a word, advanced academic writing, Magic Lens all start at the beginning of the year. At the start of the second semester, we will move into poetry. I am fairly certain that that should time out nicely. It is more about studying poems this time and a lot less about kind of the pieces of the poem because we've worked so hard to do that. So yes, this should be kind of really great to get us through the second semester. That's when we're going to pick up poetry. Now, the reading this year is the Fog Trilogy. It is The Red Badge of Courage, The War of the Worlds, and Kidnapped. I have not opened this. I did not intend to order this because she's made it very clear she would like female authors. So we are examining female authors to use this year. I'm thinking she wants to do an Agatha Christie, To Kill a Mockingbird, and then we will probably do either Frankenstein or Jane Eyre, Little Women, something like that. So we did not intend to order this. However, the discounts on the packages are so great that it is cheaper to order the complete package and get all these extra books than it is to not get them and get less books. So keep that in mind. You do with that information what you will. But that is a look inside our high school language arts and where we're starting. And a kind of little bit of a loose plan on how we're gonna do it. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Just a quick reminder, full playlist, all things Michael Clay Thompson. Michael Clay Thompson sold exclusively through Royal Fireworks Press, where they are incredibly helpful. They're wonderful. They will help you place. They will give you all the information you need. I'm happy to answer absolutely any questions that I can. And the formats are available in printed book, ebook, and video books and classes taught by Michael Clay Thompson himself. I mean, there are so many ways that you can use this curriculum, so many ways to adapt this curriculum. And I do encourage you to find the way that's going to work for you, find the way that's going to give you the most success, and find a way that is going to be enjoyable for yourself and your learner, because it's big and it's a lot. So you're going to spend some serious time with it. You might as well find a way that it works for you and a way that you can use it to keep making everyday magic.